Hello, Africans. Hello, Nigeria. Hello, the rest of the world. It is my pumping pleasure to be on here once again today. I remain your humble friend, Dr. 96, aka The Realist. It is the most important gift we can give ourselves as human to be real at all time, in all situations, in all circumstances. In being real, there is total and absolute fulfillment and joy. And that is why I'm so happy today to be on here that finally Nigerians, most especially the young and vibrant Nigerians, have awoken to the reality of their great and beloved country. The manner in which the Nigerians, the youths most especially, even the old ones, are not left behind in amassing, gathering support and solidarity for Peter Obi. That shows Nigerians, at least for once, they are now thinking in the right direction, because from all indication, from all the barometric measure of the trend of Nigerian political space, we could see clearly that the youth, and including the older ones, they are tired of the status quos, and they are seriously yearning and agitating for rights and progressive governance. They are tired of governance of selected few favoring themselves, and they are now saying enough is enough. Today, I just want to advise Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the presidential flag bearer of All Progressive Congress, APC. He should stop these barbaric and nonsensical moves they are trying to make by indulging INEC to discredit and disqualify Peter Obi, just for the singular reason that Peter Obi is seeking electoral fund from Nigerians in diaspora. I think this is really barbaric and naive for APC to have come with this kind of irrelevant accusation. First and foremost, let us ask Mr. Tinubu, where do you get your own money that you are using to sponsor your election? Is it not by robbing Nigerians blindly, most especially the Lagosians? You've robbed them for more than 2 decades. You amass your wealth from Lagos State Treasure, from the commonwealth of good people of Lagos. You have made fortunes for yourself and your immediate family and your thugs, political criminals. And no one is even accusing you. If there is someone INEC should truly disqualify, I think is not no other person than the presidential candidate of APC in person of Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now Nigerians, both at home and abroad, Nigeria in diaspora, understand the political nature of our country, and it is a normal standard. Everyone running for a major political position such as presidency needs a lot of support and fund in order to boost the campaign agenda. People know that Peter Obi might not be sufficiently buoyant to run the campaign, and Nigerians abroad are now coming together to raise money for Peter Obi in order to fund his ambition comes 2023. And the APC are coming out that the INEC should arrest him. This is barbaric. This is insane. This is absolute stupidity. It is the stupidity of highest order for someone to have come out with such stupid reasons. Nigerians living abroad, they know what they are facing. And that is the reason they want their country to be restored back to the old glory. 9 out of every 10 Nigerians living abroad, they will have preferred to live in Nigeria. I believe Nigeria is their preference. Most of Nigerians living outside Nigeria, they are just economic migrants. It is because the situation in the country is completely unbearable. That is why Nigerians are trooping out in droves to seek greener pasture. It might look as if living abroad is the best option, but those of us who are living abroad will really understand the psychological impacts living abroad is having on our personality as human. Most people don't know what people are just coping up with because we put up sweet and beautiful appearances, but they don't really understand what we are passing through emotionally. The abuse, the racism, the blatant disregard for our skin color. These are some but few of the emotional problems we are passing through abroad. And we would prefer to live in our country if all things being equal. If we have the right set of leadership in Nigeria that are ready to propel Nigeria to a greater height, I believe most Nigerians will return home. And that is the reason we are contributing money to support the ambition of Peter Obi. Of all the candidates aspiring to be Nigerian president comes 2023, it is conspicuous, it is glaring, it is crystal clear that Peter Obi is the best of all the candidates, most especially the candidates of the major parties. Peter Obi is the best and is the one that is really delivering the message that resonates with Nigerians who have been oppressed and battered by PDP and APC for over a period of 23 years now. Right from the inception of the current democracy in Nigeria, PDP was in power for good 16 years. They left Nigeria battered and in a quagmire state. Nigeria felt that they need an alternative. APC came with the promise of change. They gave Nigerians a lot of hope and aspiration, but for more than 7 years now, Nigeria has become hell. They don't even just make Nigeria worse the way it was before they hijacked power. Now Nigeria is more than 5 decades backward. And people are saying that they are not going to continue with this chaos, with this shamble nature of the country. They want a really tested, sincere, and genuine change. They are now rooting for a man who have a good track record, who his slogan is go and verify, and they are raising an eyebrow. I think for APC to save themselves public shame and ignominy, they should desist from this bastard ambition. There is no way they can impose on Nigerians any longer. Gone are those days. Nigerians are wise. Nigerians are wiser now. The youths have become more sensitive and they are more aware with the level of poverty that is currently existing in Nigeria and the great incidence and burden of poverty falls directly on the youth. Imagine after struggling to be educated, spending 6 years in primary school, 6 years in secondary school, sometimes it even take more than 5 years for some Nigerians to secure admission to the universities. And after spending minimum of 4 years in university, put all these years together, they will be left alone without job, without support, without welfare from their own government. And people are now agitating for a true country, for a progressive, dynamic, and a country that opportunity prevails at equal level. They are seeking for a country where a son of nobody can rise up to the level he or she desires as long as he or she works towards it. Some people, out of their greed, barbaric tendency, shameless and myopic orientation, they still want to keep people aground. I think the current Nigerians ruling class, just like Barrister Farotimi used to call them, the ruining class. They want the status quo to continue. They want a Nigeria where hoodlums, agbero, motorboy, those who have no skill, those who have no positive economic impact to the country, they want a Nigeria where they will be living a lavish style at the expense of highly intelligent, creative, educated Nigerians who have spent at least minimum of 16 years educating themselves to acquire skill. We can't continue like this. We want true, sincere, and genuine change. And the only person who is promising this is Peter Obi. He has track record. He has done it in Anambra State and is ready to replicate it. Being stingy means prudency, that is, having the best value for every penny you spend. That is the quality of Mr. Obi. If Tinubu has a good record, if Atiku has good record, I think they should be using the same slogan for people to go and verify their track. But what will people say? Tinubu and his criminal allies, you should be warned and be informed that if you raise any move to counter Peter Obi's ambition, you and your party will end up being disqualified by INEC. Because there are a lot of things. There are a lot of dirty sheets. There are a lot of dirty dealings. Enough to disqualify both APC candidates and PDP candidates. Let Tinubu come out and tell Nigerians, most especially Lagosians, let him come and open the record of Alpha Beta, Lekki Consensus, the toll gates. Let him come out and open record to Nigerians. Let him come and make accountability to Lagosians. Let him come and wash himself clean publicly if he has any good image or track record to project as a selling point to Nigerians. Should we talk of Atiku? Atiku was in power with Obasanjo between 1999 and 2007 for good 8 years. The regime spent $16 billion on electrification projects, but today Nigeria is in perpetual darkness. Should we give Nigeria back to these criminals, to these criminal elements, that the only record they have, the only thing they know how to do better, the only skill they have acquired throughout their lifetime is to embezzle and divert public wealth to their personal use? We are saying no. Enough is enough. Peter Obi is our choice, and nothing can stop it by the special grace of God. This is just my message today. It's just a quick one. I remain your humble friend, Dr. 96, aka The Realist. Let us all be real. Let us have fear of God. Let us have Nigerian interests. This is a man, Peter Obi, saying that he wants to move Nigeria from a consuming economy to a productive economy. And that is what most of the great countries of the world who are on the top of financial prosperity, it is what they have done. So the man that is coming with that agenda is our choice, and nothing can stop it. As they say, nothing can stop an idea whose its time has come. Peace till I come your way another day. Dr. 96, peace forever. Bye till I come another time.